Castiel, it sounds like a great Italian pizza place.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 unexpected TV crossovers.
It's on now!
All right, sister, bring it on!
Is that one of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s?
No, it's theirs.
Man, that kid's got a weird-shaped head.
Time to die!
For this list, we'll be looking at TV crossovers that no one saw coming. If there's a surprising TV crossover you expected would be on our list, please let us know in the comments. Number 10. Alf and Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot. The 1980s sitcom star Alf, an alien puppet, has been in plenty of unexpected crossovers, like that time the cast of Gilligan's Island showed up on his show.
Who are you?
I'm Alf, your biggest fan. I worship the sand you walk on.
Still, it's pretty safe to say that no one expected him to pop up on Mr. Robot. Unafraid of bizarre and bold plot lines, Mr. Robot featured an episode in its second season where protagonist Elliot Alderson finds himself in a 1980s sitcom.
Used to be you could trust in the story, vilify the villains and celebrate the heroes.
The premise follows Elliot on a wacky family road trip. While at the gas station, Elliot runs into Alf in a cameo.
I'm sorry.
Hey, no problem, E-Meister. Give me 4. Or not.
The alien also helps Elliot out of a jam later on.
Yikes!
By running over a police officer who has stopped his family, all complete with a lame pun.
Kill me!
Number 9. Bones and Sleepy Hollow. Bones and Sleepy Hollow. Both of these procedural shows aired on Fox.
Judging from the style and condition of the uniform, this body likely dates from the 18th century.
Bones is a relatively grounded show about a forensic scientist and an FBI agent, and Sleepy Hollow is about a Revolutionary War-era man brought to present day to prevent the supernatural apocalypse.
We are a partnership of opposites, yet our affinity for one another bears the ripest of fruit.
Still, putting them together is like putting peanut butter on celery sticks. It weirdly works. The Bones half of the crossover sees Booth and Brennan investigating a murder related to the corpse of Ichabod Crane's longtime foe, General Howe.
We've got Columbus's logbooks, Washington's laundry lists.
Use anything you need, Mr. Crane.
The second half, on Sleepy Hollow, features a zombie army of British soldiers. But Booth and Brennan are none the wiser, because it's Halloween.
It's no ordinary blaze. I believe this is Greek fire, a legendary flame that cannot be extinguished.
Both shows remain true to their respective tones, and the crossover is surprisingly fun. Number 8. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, The Jeffersons, and Different Strokes. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Well, tonight we're here to benefit from each other's experiences.
Fresh Prince has had some great and unexpected crossovers with several famed sitcoms. The first is with The Jeffersons.
Can I borrow this for a second? Thank you. I'm sorry.
When Will and his girlfriend Lisa go to couples therapy, they encounter George and Louise Jefferson, who unsurprisingly have marital issues.
This is for Mama, and this is for calling me Wheezy when you know I'm sensitive about my asthma.
Although George gets along with Will and Louise with Lisa, they begin to fight after some offhand comments, which ultimately brings Will and Lisa closer together.
You calling my husband stupid? Honey, the only thing stupid here is your big-eared boyfriend.
Later, the Jeffersons return in the finale, where they consider buying the Banks mansion.
George, this place is beautiful.
I'm telling you, Weezy, we can't afford it.
How can you say that?
Easy, he's cheap.
They're joined by fellow prospective buyers, Arnold Jackson and Mr. Drummond from Different Strokes. We didn't know we wanted Gary Coleman to deliver his catchphrase to Will Smith until it happened.
At night, you can hear the wailing of the dead.
What you talking about, Will?
Number 7. Doctor Who and EastEnders. Doctor Who and Dimensions in Time. If there are two staples on British television, it's the sci-fi series Doctor Who and the primetime soap opera EastEnders.
The only spirits I'm serving in this place are gin, whiskey, and vodka. So you heard me. Get out!
There have been several nods back and forth between these shows, but nothing that matches the bizarre charity special Dimensions in Time.
You know, we seem to be flitting around in some sort of 20-year time loop. 1973...
Or 1993.
In celebration of Doctor Who's 30th anniversary, the special sees the Doctor and his companions traversing time periods in Albert Square, the fictional location of EastEnders.
Who else could master such a difficult operation? Back to my TARDIS.
What are you doing?
Why bother trying to summon up your remaining selves?
They encounter various alien creatures from the show, as well as characters from EastEnders. Fans of both shows don't even know what to make of it.
I suggest you leave.
You've seen the Doctor?
Yeah. Dr. Leggy's the only doctor around here.
Doctor Who?
It's particularly confusing since EastEnders is also a show within Doctor Who. Number 6, Brooklyn Nine-Nine and New Girl. Brooklyn Nine-Nine and New Girl. These two Fox sitcoms are hilarious, but they don't seem like an easy crossover, considering one is set in New York and the other in LA.
NYPD, I need to commandeer this vehicle.
It's a crossover. It's a crossover SUV, and you can't have it.
However, a visit to the Big Apple solves this without a hitch. In the Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode, Detective Jake Peralta commandeers Jess Day's vehicle and accidentally crashes it while pursuing a suspect.
Damn it! He got away!
Well, I spilled my soup. You tell me which is worse.
The story continues in the New Girl half as Jess deals with Gina.
You think I like sitting here handing you form after form? Kind of. You're right. I do. God, it's like you're in here.
And learns the wrong lesson from Captain Holt. Also, Nick and Winston meet Detective Boyle and his son while busking on the subway.
Do you guys need volunteers? Because I'll do it. I was just telling my son how I've always dreamed of being a busker.
While it's not quite as comprehensive as some of the other crossovers, it's still more than just fine.
It's fine. It's just fine.
Number 5, The XFiles and Cops. The XFiles.
Wetzel, don't be afraid! It can't hurt you!
The X-Files featured plenty of genre-bending episodes over its run, and was never afraid to branch out into unusual territory. Heck, Mulder and Scully even appeared on The Simpsons once.
This is a simple lie detector. I'll ask you a few yes or no questions, and you just answer truthfully. Do you understand?
Yes.
But our pick for the best X-Files crossover is an episode that interweaves with the long-running reality police series Cops.
Hey, you there! You! Freeze! Sheriff's Department!
Filmed and initially presented as an episode of Cops, things take a turn when the officers encounter a monster.
1033, 1033, 212, Adam needs assistance. Assistance! 500 blocks! I need assistance!
Mulder and Scully make an appearance soon after and reveal they're investigating it as well.
What the hell are you describing?
A werewolf.
Excuse me.
It's what did that. It also attacked one Hyman Escalera 29 days ago during the last full moon.
Shown in real time, ex-cops may deal with a creature that feeds on fear, but the scariest thing about this episode is how well these two shows work together.
Well, it all depends on how they edit it together.
It's gonna be a hard one to write up.
Number 4, Phineas and Ferb and the Avengers. Phineas and Ferb.
My strength, it's gone!
When the Avengers' powers are stripped from them, the team seeks out Phineas and Ferb under the assumption that they had something to do with it.
And I was thinking you guys would know something about it since it bounced off your space station.
Are you sure it was our space station?
It was shaped like your head.
Of course, the real culprit is none other than Dr. Doofenshmirtz, who is, in turn, pursued by the Marvel villains.
We have a Baljeet. Oh, my bad. Apparently he prefers to be known as Baljeet.
This isn't a crossover we'd ever thought we'd see, but it's definitely a blast.
I have no idea who's shooting waffles.
Top of the world, Ma!
It features the real voices from the animated Avengers, is packed with tons of great songs, and rewards the fans with fun concepts like the Avengers' abilities getting mixed up. We even get a Stan Lee cameo. Excelsior.
Oh man, and I just moved here from New York because I thought it would be safer.
Number 3, The Goldbergs and A Nightmare on Elm Street. The Goldbergs. The Goldbergs has aired plenty of nostalgic cameos and crossovers, but one of its most surprising is from a horror icon. After Adam's girlfriend's parents let him watch A Nightmare on Elm Street, his overprotective mom Beverly has a nightmare of her own.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your doors.
In her dream, she encounters Freddy Krueger.
I'm sorry, who do you think you are?
Your worst nightmare.
First in a cornfield, and then as he chases her through her house, where she's trapped by a closet of Freddy's signature sweaters.
You got good taste, lady.
Robert Englund is back in action as Mr. Knifey Hands, and seeing him talk about family drama with Beverly is hysterical.
I couldn't stand the Gearys because of the way they parented, but then they were able to help Adam and I wasn't.
This is getting way too touchy-feely for this cowboy.
This cameo is a nightmare come true. Number 2, Archer and Bob's Burgers. Archer. Both of these animated shows star H. John Benjamin, and Archer decided to take advantage of it in probably the best way possible.
Okay, kids, who wants Manning coleslaw?
The season 4 premiere opens with Archer as Bob Belcher, clearly suffering from amnesia.
Look, the Hamburger wasn't a big seller, so there's not much, but
We don't want money. We want you.
It's pretty incredible seeing the Bob's Burgers characters in the Archer art style, and the familiar humor from the series is just the icing on the cake. A history of violence situation ensues rather quickly when the KGB arrives at Bob's Burgers.
Why the hell are Russians trying to kill you?
I don't know. He called me Archer. Maybe they think I'm somebody else.
Archer leaves and regains his memory, but his time with the Belcher family has to be one of the most legendary parts of the show, and one of the most surprising and well-executed crossovers of all time.
But Bobby!
No buts, Lynn. I'm not gonna let you guys get hurt. What I am gonna do is find out who this Archer jerk is and why Russian people want him dead.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Supernatural and ScoobyDoo. Supernatural. If there's one TV crossover that absolutely nobody saw coming, it's this one.
Dean, what just did... Ah! You're a cartoon!
Granted, both shows feature attractive casts traveling the United States investigating supernatural incidents, but one of them is animated and features a talking dog.
I'm Fred. This is Velma, Shaggy, Scooby, and...
Daphne. Enchanté.
When Sam, Dean, and Castiel get sucked into their TV, they find themselves in Scooby-Doo and run straight into the whole Scooby gang.
Oh, heck yes.
Together, the two groups investigate a mystery that's a mix of wacky hijinks and grim realism.
We've been stopping real estate developers when we could have been hunting Dracula? Are you kidding me?
The way both shows' characters react to the others is hysterical, particularly the Scoobies having an existential crisis over the existence of real ghosts.
If there are ghosts, that means there's an afterlife. Heaven, hell. Am I going to hell?
Do we think this episode is good, you ask? Well, you could say we Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Well, I mean, at the end of every mystery, Scooby looks into the camera and he says,
Dean, you're not a talking dog.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.